What's up, guys? Dustin McDangles back here with another video. Welcome back to the channel, and in this episode today we are going to be going over game number 4 between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning. And honestly, speechless in this one. The Lightning had it in the bag. They're up 4-1, and the Leafs come all the way back. Second half of the third period, they finally decided to show up in this game and eventually win it in overtime. Alexander Kerfoot with the tip-in winner on the power play in overtime. Before we do get into the full recap, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you guys have been enjoying all these videos, as well as if you want to help the channel out, be sure to hit that like button as well. But getting right into the recap, game started off, the Lightning were all over the Leafs. The Leafs looked like they didn't even want to be in this game. Probably not until that third period we started to see the Leafs wake up. But Tampa, Killorn with 2, Stamkos, Sergachev getting on the board as well. They were all over the Leafs, and it looked like it was going to be ugly, and the third period was going to be a slaughterfest. But it was quite the opposite. Leafs were able to show up third period, score a bunch of goals. You got Matthews with 2, Riley with the game-tying goal, and then Kerfoot again with the game winner in overtime on the power play. Looking at the team stats before we talk about individual players, Maple Leafs shots on goal 37-31, face-off percentage even 50-50, power plays 2 for 4 for the Leafs, 1 for 3 for the Lightning. So the Leafs did a very good job being able to kill off the majority of those Lightning power plays. We got 46-45 hits in favor of the Leafs, blocks 28-24 for the Leafs, and then giveaways only 10-3 in favor of the Leafs. So the Leafs really starting to show that they could throw the body around and put their body on the line in order to win hockey games. And again, it took until the third period for them to wake up. Getting those goals from Matthews really jump-started the Leafs in this game. It only took them till the third, but they finally got there. They were able to get the job done. And this is something that we haven't really seen from the Leafs in years past, being able to come back in games after being down and absolutely run through. So it's pretty interesting to see them being able to do this right now. Maybe this is the year that they can at least get out of the first round. I'm not going to say they're going to win the Stanley Cup whatsoever, but they got the grit to be able to go against a very formidable team in the Tampa Bay Lightning. But looking at team stats quickly, Marner 2 assists on the day, Matthews the 2 goals, Nylander 3 assists on the day, O'Reilly with 2 assists. Tavares was quiet, but he did have 3 shots on goal, 5 hits. He was a big key factor in the face-off circle as well, which was able to help them maintain puck control in the third period. Achari looked pretty good. Matthew Nyes looked pretty decent, but there were some spurts in that game where you could definitely tell he's still a rookie, still trying to figure it out, but he'll find his way. On the back end, Morgan Riley had the game-tying goal. Good for him. Giordano, 2 assists on the day. I know he's been pretty active in every game, but this one really putting some points on the board. TJ Brody looked a little bit better tonight, as well as Luke Schenn. Samsonov between the pipes looked a little shaky, but as the game wore on, he was able to keep the Leafs in the game, which obviously proved to be pivotal with them being able to win the game in overtime. Looking at the Tampa Bay Lightning again, they came out of the gates strong. They looked very, very good. 2 goals for Killorn, his best game of the entire series. Hagel looked incredible today. He had the penalty shot that was stopped by Samsonov as well. Kucherov 2 assists, Stamkos with the goal, and on the back end, Hedman 2 assists, Sergachev 1-1. They played good all the way up until the third, and then I would honestly say the Tampa Bay Lightning choked it. I don't know what it was, maybe a change of pace with the Leafs or game plan in halfway through the third period, but the Lightning just couldn't figure it out. They couldn't get it done. There were some spurts there near the end of the third where it looked like they could get something going, but the Leafs kind of swallowed them up and spit them out, and obviously they won the game. Vasilevsky looked okay. There were a couple goals where he was just absolutely screened, or good puck movement from the Leafs, or a tip. Alexander Kerfoot game winner, that really there was nothing he could do. So I thought he played pretty decent, but again, that is 3 losses in a row for Vasilevsky. They're not going to change to Brian Elliott whatsoever, but it'll be interesting to see how he comes out in the next game. Now, when it comes to my prediction for Game 5, it's going to be a tough one. I want to say the Leafs are going to go home and win this series, but you can never count out the Tampa Bay Lightning and also having Andrei Vasilevsky. If the Leafs can continue to get bodies in front of the net, that is the biggest weak spot in Vasilevsky's game, is playing with screens, and he's not very good at playing with those screens. So if the Leafs can continue to get bodies in front, get those shots through the first line of defense on target, there'll be a good chance that they'll either go in, be tipped in, or a big juicy rebound will be available for them to try to scrounge up and put in the back of the net. So I want to say Leafs just to see them get out of the first round, and we're going to say the Leafs. We will go 4-2 with an empty netter. Toronto will win on home ice Game 5 for the gentleman's sweep against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Never thought I would say that, but who knows once the games start. But let me know down below in the comments what you guys thought of this game. Did you guys turn off this game and then eventually turn it back on after you saw Matthews scored 2 goals? Let me know down below in the comments, as well as your predictions, X factors, and anything else you want to preview for game number 5. And we can get the conversation going. And again, just absolutely stunned on this one. Super happy for Leafs Nation. Hopefully they can get it done in the next game and move on to the next round to potentially play the Boston Bruins, one of their arch rivals. So should be fun, interesting for Game 5. That's going to be it for this episode. If you guys did enjoy it, be sure to drop a like on this video. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. But that'll be it for this one. Hope you guys have a good one. And as always, stay dusty.